What's going on, Packers fans? Bass here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over days 3 and 4 of Green Bay Packers training camp, which was Friday and Saturday. So before I go into the camp news, I want to touch back on some other news. Obviously, with my last training camp video, I talked about the Packers trading for Randall Cobb and signing offensive tackle Dennis Kelly. At the time, the official cap hit and deal of Randall Cobb's contract wasn't official. Now it is. So Randall Cobb's official cap hit for 2021 is $2,687,254, and that's only 1.4% of the Green Bay Packers salary cap. So anyone who thinks they're paying him or overpaying Randall Cobb or overpaying a receiver, a 31-year-old receiver, not the case at all. They did add a void year in 2023, which they've pretty much been doing with every single veteran contract on their roster. So that just extends the cap out a little bit more. His cap hit in 2022 actually is pretty steep. If you want me to make a whole video about the Randall Cobb contract and pretty much what it means, just let me know down in the comments below. But he has a very low cap hit for 2021, and this just explains more that the Packers really are going all in. Like I said, for a 6th round draft choice, I think it's a steal, and especially considering the Texans paid a lot of his signing bonus, and his cap hit's only 2.7 million this year. So the same goes for offensive tackle Dennis Kelly. I'm actually surprised this guy didn't sign somewhere else to be 100% be a starter and for more money. I'm actually really shocked because he signed a surprisingly cheap deal, under 1.5 million for just 1 year, with only $250,000 in signing bonus. And this is for a tackle who started every game in 2021 for the Tennessee Titans. So I'm actually really shocked that he's here, considering even with Bakhtiari out, he might not start. So this guy's going to be great depth for the Green Bay Packers. Like I said, kind of like that Ricky Wagner signing, like I said last video. I think Dennis Kelly is going to prove very valuable to this Packers offensive line. So in other news, kind of interesting news, Simon Stepniak, 6th round draft choice from 2020, decided to retire. Reasons unknown as of right now. Nothing's really been released on it, but he didn't practice Friday due to personal reasons, and then on Saturday he was added to the reserved/retired list. So I hope if it's anything really personal, he gets better. But that's another offensive line draft pick that retired early within the recent years. Obviously, Cole Madison, which I believe was a 4th round pick a few years ago, retired after skipping out his first rookie year. He just retired shortly after. So, upsetting to see, but obviously, your personal life comes before football, so I understand, but like I said, the reason's unknown right now. All right, so now moving on to the did not participate for practice. It pretty much remains exactly the same as the first 2 days. On the PUP, David Bakhtiari, DeGuara, Dominic Daphne, and Patrick Taylor. On the NFI, still Kevin King, Kingsley Keke, Zadarius Smith, Will Redmond. Henry Black did return Saturday, and then Isaiah McDuffie still on the NFI, and then COVID list is still Ray Wilburn. All right, so now let's move into the offense. So obviously I'm recapping what happened Friday and Saturday and pretty much jumping it all together and giving you guys a recap and analysis of everything that happened. As for offense, nothing new with the offensive line. Everything remained the same as the first 2 days, other than the fact that John Runyon and Ben Braden had been pretty much splitting first team reps at that left guard spot. So left tackle's still been Elton Jenkins, center still been Josh Myers, right guard's Lucas Patrick, and right tackle Billy Turner. Now they did also experiment putting Billy Turner at left tackle, which he has played before, and then that also pushed Dennis Kelly into the ones at right tackle, which is his natural spot. So just experimenting, say if they didn't want to use Elton Jenkins at left tackle, putting Billy Turner there. And speaking of Elton Jenkins, he's been looking very, very smooth over there at left tackle. I mean, this guy is just an absolute beast. He can play anywhere on the offensive line. The dude could probably play defensive line. But all jokes aside, he's been very, very smooth at left tackle. Not many players are winning against him, and that's very impressive for a guy who's primarily a guard, but at this rate, he's an offensive lineman. He could play anywhere. I 100% believe that. So I feel very comfortable going into the season. If, obviously you want David Bakhtiari out there, but if he can't go, having Elton Jenkins there at left tackle covering Aaron Rodgers' blind side, I feel comfortable with that. Randall Cobb also started to practice in team drills on Friday and Saturday. When he first showed up Thursday, he did not participate in team drills, so it's good starting to get Randall Cobb up to speed and on page with all of Matt LaFleur's new playbook and lineage that he has to learn. Another player that looks extremely comfortable at his position is rookie center out of Ohio State, Josh Myers. He's pretty much taken that starting center role and ran with it. He looks like a player that has been here a couple years, that already has done this. So, like I said a couple times in the last video, Josh Myers is a clear-cut center one. He's been making checks and calls at the line. Hopefully we hit another gem, an Ohio State center gem with Josh Myers. Obviously, he still needs to play in the game. We'll see how that works, but everything's looking great with him, and will definitely be starter center week 1. So Davante Adams is still doing Davante Adams things. Clearly the best receiver in the league. Him and Aaron Rodgers have been torching every cornerback not named Jair Alexander this training camp. He torched rookie Eric Stokes on a double move for a touchdown. Absolutely beat him bad. But, that's a very hard task for a rookie corner, basically getting his first NFL reps ever. But, hey, it's trial by fire. If Eric Stokes were to learn to cover anyone, learning to cover Davante Adams will make him a even better corner and will give him all those reps he needs. And I'm excited to see Eric Stokes in the preseason. I'm excited to see Eric Stokes real time, his real speed in game. Really excited to see that. So Aaron Rodgers is still looking the tight end way in the red zone. He threw a touchdown to Robert Tonyan as well as Jay Sternberger. So nice to see Sternberger get a touchdown there. But obviously, Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends in the red zone. We saw that last year with Robert Tonyan. Aaron Rodgers also found rookie wide receiver Amari Rodgers for a touchdown. So nice to see that Rodgers to Rodgers connection get started. Amari Rodgers had a nice start to camp so far. Another rookie that's had a very nice start to camp has been rookie running back Kylan Hill. He looks like a very natural, fluid runner. Him and Dexter Williams have really been battling it out for that running back 3 spot. That's definitely one of these underlying battles that have been occurring, and I'm very interested to see who comes away with that spot, because I don't necessarily think the Packers are going to be keeping 4 running backs. I think they would keep more tight ends than running backs and offensive linemen. So I really think they're going to go into the regular season with, obviously, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and then one of the 2, Kylan Hill or Dexter Williams. As for Jordan Love, he's been going through his progressions very nicely, a lot smoother than he did last year. Jordan Love also made a couple really nice off-platform throws when he was under pressure. Now, Love mainly has been taking second-team reps, obviously. Obviously Aaron Rodgers is going to take pretty much 99% of the first-team reps, but Jordan Love did get some first-team reps on Friday at the end of practice. All right, so now moving over to the defense, let's recap what happened on the defensive side of the ball for days 3 and 4. As I said before, Jair's been the only cornerback able to stop Adams. Both Eric Stokes and Josh Jackson has pretty much had no luck stopping Adams, which is to be expected. Now, a thing to note is that Jair did drop out of practice Friday and then didn't practice with team drills on Saturday. I think they're just being cautious. I don't think there's anything to read into with him being hurt or for an extended period of time or anything like that. Linebacker Chris Barnes showed off his explosiveness on a play, getting into the backfield, stopping A.J. Dillon behind the line of scrimmage. Really nice to see from him, especially you want to see that from your thumper linebacker. So it seems Chris Barnes is definitely going to be the starting thumper linebacker in that 3-4 scheme. And then it's going to be a combination of Devondre Campbell or Kamal Martin at that other spot. So for these 2 practices, when Adrian Amos dropped down into the box, which has been a reoccurring theme under this Joe Barry defense, which I like to see. The first 2 practices, it was Vernon Scott that went back to safety next to Darnell. For these 2, it was safety Henry Black after he returned from injury. So Henry Black was the safety that went back there opposite Darnell Savage when Amos was in the box. Now you have to note that Will Redmond did normally do that. He was normally the guy to go back there, but he is on NFI list now. But in OTAs and minicamp, it was Will Redmond that went back there. So really, I just think the Packers are giving all their safeties reps at that spot, and basically they'll choose the one that does best is all I can really say for that. Rookie defensive lineman TJ Slayton is continuing his disruptiveness at camp. One play shedding a block easily at the line of scrimmage and stopping Dexter Williams, a yard before the line of scrimmage. This guy, he's a big dude. I'm excited to see TJ Slayton in this defense, especially helping out Kenny Clark. Just take on some double teams, run that nose tackle, help the Packers stop the run a little bit better, because that has been a weak point for their defense in the past. I'm very excited to see TJ Slayton. I think he's an underdog this year. I think a lot of people are underestimating what TJ Slayton could actually provide to this defense. And then finally on defense, linebacker Ty Summers had a few good plays, forced a fumble on rookie wide receiver Amari Rodgers, and then also had a would-be sack on Aaron Rodgers with Dean Lowry. So nice to see him continuing his play. Had a few good plays the first 2 days, and then also a few good plays these next 2 days. So a quick special teams roundup. Mason Crosby is still money, hitting all his kicks. And then an important thing to note about punt return, Amari Rodgers and Randall Cobb were the two that went back to practice punt returns. I think Amari Rodgers gets that job. Randall Cobb, like I said, is about 31. I think Amari Rodgers probably has him beat in the speed department at this point in their career, but it's always good for a young rookie to learn from Randall Cobb, which he has in the past. So getting him, learning experience under Randall Cobb in the punt return department, which obviously we all know Randall Cobb was good at. So I'm really excited for Amari Rodgers this year. I think he's not going to get a crazy amount of offensive snaps. He might, but I think where he's going to, shine is special teams in the punt return game year 1. And then just learning under Randall Cobb, I think, is very pivotal for him. And then finally, for special teams, a name to keep an eye out for is punter Ryan Winslow. Obviously, we have J.K. Scott, but he didn't have the best of year last year. And, if they find someone better, I wouldn't be surprised if they made that switch. Ryan Winslow had a few good punts, really nice punts these past 2 days. So, if he keeps that up and J.K. Scott, they don't like what they see, I really wouldn't be shocked if they moved on from him. I like J.K. Scott, but he did have some very inconsistent play over this last year. So obviously they're always looking to improve. And if Ryan Winslow is that, I'm not going to be surprised if they make that switch. So the next 2 practices are tomorrow, Monday, and then Tuesday, and then they have a break on Wednesday. And we are 2 weeks away from the first preseason game against the Houston Texans. I am so excited. I just want to see football. Without preseason last year, we really didn't get to see any Jordan Love. So I'm really excited to see Jordan Love, the new rookies, just go out there and see them in real time, because you can only get so much from practice. A lot of these practices aren't padded, so you really don't know once you get a player out there full time, full speed against other NFL teams what it will look like. So I'm actually very, very excited for this year's preseason, more than I've been in a long time. So I just can't wait 2 weeks until we're there. So that's about going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will be making these recap and analysis videos every 1 to 2 practices, so definitely be on the lookout for these videos. And if you aren't subscribed already, definitely consider going down and clicking that subscribe button, and also liking the video if you did enjoy it. So on that note, I'll catch you on the next one. As always, go Pack Go.